What if I told you that there's one simple thing that you could learn in just a few minutes that would literally double your vocabulary? No new scale shapes, no new chords, just a simpler way of seeing things. This concept, one that has expanded the vocabulary of countless clients of mine, is the idea of relative major and relative minor. Master this and the way that you think about music will become much simpler. Here's the problem. Most guitarists think of major and minor as two totally separate worlds. And sure, songs in a major key sound bright and happy, while songs in a minor key sound darker and moodier. But underneath the surface, they're actually using the exact same tools. The same notes, same chords, same scale shapes. The only thing that changes is your starting point. So as usual, there's a link in the description to a PDF of this lesson and to the backing tracks that I'll be using today. What is relative major and relative minor? Every major key has a relative minor, and every minor key has a relative major. They share the same notes and the same chords, but they have a different tonal center, which is a fancy way of saying that they have a different main chord or home base. And here's why you should care. Once you know this, you can flip any key on its head and suddenly have twice as many options without learning anything new. I want to show you this relationship in two different ways and demonstrate how to practically use this information. First, by using the number system to write a chord progression in a major key, and then using the exact same chords to write a chord progression in a minor key. And then I'll show you this relationship using the same pentatonic scale shapes to solo in both the major key and its relative minor, the number system. So let's look at this using the number system. Take the C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Out of this scale, we get 6 main chords. C major is the 1 chord, D minor is the 2 chord, E minor is the 3 chord, F major is the 4 chord, G major is the 5 chord, and A minor is the 6 chord, the relative minor chord. This 6 chord holds special significance as it is the relative minor of the 1 chord. So in other words, the key of C major and the key of A minor are really the same key. Same chords, same scale. The only difference is whether your song feels like it's home on C or home on A minor. Start with the 1 chord and your song sounds bright and happy. Start with the 6 chord and your song sounds dark and moody. So first I'm going to take this group of chords and write a major key progression by starting with the 1 chord, C major. So let's play C major to E minor to F major, or 1 to 3 to 4. Now let's change only the first chord from C major to its relative minor, A minor. So same progression except for the first chord, A minor, E minor, F major, or 6 to 3 to 4. You can see how the same chords from the same family can create different moods depending on if your first chord is the major 1 chord or the relative minor, the 6 chord. Now let's use these 2 backing tracks to connect this to the pentatonic scale. So every pentatonic scale is actually 2 scales in one. Every minor pentatonic scale is also a major pentatonic scale. And it is that exact same relative major, relative minor relationship that we saw earlier. If I put my index finger on the note A on the low E string here at the 5th fret and play shape number 1 of the pentatonic, many of you will recognize this as the A minor pentatonic scale. What many guitarists don't realize is that the note that your pinky plays on the low E string, in this case C, at the 8th fret, is the relative major. Therefore, this shape is both the A minor pentatonic scale and the C major pentatonic scale. So I think of this as an easy way to see the relative major, relative minor relationship. It might be faster to figure out that relationship by looking at this pentatonic scale trick rather than look at the 1 chord and the 6 chord of a key as we did earlier. It will give you the same answer. And this relationship is always true. B minor and D major, C sharp minor, E major, E minor, G major, F sharp minor, A major, and so on. So the same relationship shows up in our other landmark pentatonic shape, shape number 4. This pentatonic shape has its root notes on the A string, and it is the exact same formula. If I put my index on A at the 12th fret of the A string, my pinky hits at C at the 15th fret. Same deal, A minor pentatonic and C major pentatonic in one box. First, I'm going to demonstrate these 2 shapes with our A minor backing track. Now I'm going to play those exact same shapes over our C major backing track. The vibe flips, but the shapes still work perfectly. And once you start noticing this in real songs, things click. Crazy Train in F sharp minor and Stand By Me in A major are using the exact same scale. Time by Pink Floyd in F sharp minor and Wagon Wheel in A major are using the same chords. Different moods, same raw materials. So here's your homework. Next time you learn a song in a key that you know, figure out its relative major or relative minor. Then ask yourself, do I know another song in that related key? Can I borrow ideas across them? This one concept will simplify how you see the fretboard, double your vocabulary, and make connecting songs way easier. Don't forget, you can grab the free PDF and backing tracks linked in the description. But if you really want to sound like your favorite guitarist, watch this video next, where I'll show you the 3 most important skills to take your playing to the next level. If you got something out of this video, please like and subscribe. It helps YouTube show it to more players. And thanks. I'll see you next week.